Welcome back. Now we've successfully bound the item icon, the ammo icon in the background. Now the next thing to do is to bind the actual text that represents the amount of ammo for each weapon. So let's go ahead and do that now. Let's open up our weapon slot, and in the designer we'll scroll in and select this weapon ammo text, and we're going to go ahead and create a binding for this. So go ahead and create binding, and we now have get weapon ammo text. Now we're going to do what we did in the other bindings, which is to get shooter character BP and check to see if it's valid. If not, we're going to get player pawn and cast it to shooter character BP and use that to set shooter character BP. Now we need a return value, so we're going to add a new local variable called return text. And that's going to be a text value, and we'll create a new local variable called blank text. And I'm going to get rid of the space in return text just to be consistent. Blank text can be left blank. Return text will be passed into the return value in the return node. Now we're going to need to call weapon in slot again to make sure we have a weapon in the slot. And we're going to call this from both the setter and from the isValid node. And we're going to pass in slot index and shooter character BP for that. And we'll go ahead and create a branch from weapon in slots boolean. And in the false case, we'll set return text equal to blank text and plug that into the return node. And in the true case, well, we need to get the amount of ammo on the particular gun. So we'll get the weapon, and from the weapon, type ammo, and we can get ammo. That's the integer value for the ammo. And we can simply use a return text setter and plug this straight in and get an automatic to text node, and we can go ahead and hook this up. And it looks like there's still something being passed into return node. It's actually the beginning execution line. That should be going straight to the isValid node. So none of this would have worked if I wouldn't have connected this here. All right, so that looks good. Let's compile and save that. And we can go into the weapons in the world and give each of these different values for ammo. So I'm going to type ammo, and the first one has a value of 30. The second one, we'll give it a value of 11. The third one, let's give it a value of, say, 57. The third one, let's give it 999. And the fourth one, we'll give it, say, 175. And we can test this out. I'm going to go to a full screen viewport and pick up these weapons. And there we have it. We have 30, 11, 57, 999, and 175. So each of these reflects the amount of ammo in that weapon. Perfect. So that's going to conclude this video. In the next video, we're going to talk about equipping weapons based on using these numbers here, so that we can swap weapons that we have in our inventory. See you then.